Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play All of Our Yesterdays by DeMarco. So I'm really excited to be teaching you guys that. It's a very simple song. You're only going to need 8 chords, no capo, it's your guitar in standard tuning. So that's E, A, D, G, B, E. Yeah, let's get to it. I'm using my acoustic because I think this song was made for the acoustic. It's so amazing. But if you want to use your electric, go for it. Whatever you have, just grab it and start jamming. Awesome. So, got that out of the way. If you like the video, again, this is for like beginners or intermediate beginners or whatever spectrum you fall in. I think it's the easiest for me to play this song in like a different strumming pattern, which I'll teach you guys, than the official one on ultimateguitar.com, but it works just as well. The chords are the same. So yeah, if you like the video, please like it or subscribe or let me know in the comments, and if you have any requests, let me know. Cool. So we're going to be going through the chords now. Again, you don't need a capo and your guitar in standard tuning. So we're going to be doing 8 chords, and so one of them is the G major. So the way that we're going to put our fingers is on the fretboard is one on the 2nd fret, A string, one on the 3rd fret, E string, the thick E string, and one on the thinnest E string, the last string here. Or the first, depending on the way that you view the guitar strings. So 3 fingers down all together like this, and everything else open in between. That's your G major chord. So I think what I want to say is, like, in terms of guitar pick thickness, I like it best when you're using a thin pick on an acoustic, just the way that it touches the strings, and it just has a more, I guess, vibrant sound. So yeah, so if you have a thin pick or you just want to use your fingers, go for it. Next we're doing the F sharp M7 or F sharp minor 7, and that one is you're going to be putting down your 4 fingers on the fretboard like this, one on the thickest E string, 2nd fret. You're going to have all your fingers on the 2nd fret, and one on the D string, 2nd fret, G string, 2nd fret, and B string, 2nd fret. And then you're leaving the A string open, and you're leaving the thinnest E string open. And that sounds like this. That's F sharp M7. Then B minor 7, you're just like shifting your fingers over, and so that's, I'm just placing my top finger on the thickest E string to mute it, so I'm not actually putting it down on there, just putting it, like laying it over to mute it. And then, so that's our top E string is muted. Putting a finger down on the A string, 2nd fret, again, only all your fingers down on the 2nd fret. Your D string is going to be open. Your G string, you're going to have a finger down on the 2nd fret. And then your B string is going to be open, and then your E, the E string, you're going to put a finger down on the 2nd fret, and so that sounds like this. So yeah, so you're shifting from F sharp minor 7 to B minor 7, so again, those 2 chords are like in the same vicinity, so it's a little bit of a tight move. So then E minor, super simple, just 2 fingers down on the 2nd fret. It doesn't matter which 2. You have 1 finger down on the 2nd fret, A string, 1 finger down on the 2nd fret, D string, and then everything else open, so all the other strings open, so the E, both the E's, the G and the B are open. That's E minor. Then there's A7 sus. This is a little bit of a stretch for your fingers, so it's like this is a nice song to practice, like moving your fingers around and the strumming pattern. A7 sus4, this is how you're going to have it. I only have 3 fingers down. Again, I'm muting the top E string with my middle finger. It's my longest finger, so I'm just scooching that over. Doesn't matter where you place it on the E string, just place it over. Make sure you don't hit any of the other strings in between. That's A7 sus4, and you have a finger down on 2nd fret and 3rd frets, a finger down on the 2nd fret, D string, and a finger down on the 3rd fret, B string, leaving the A string open, the G string open, and the thinnest E string open, and muting the top E string. And that sounds like this. And then you're having the A7, and depending on where you are in the song, if you're switching from A7 to sus4, I like to recommend just shifting your finger up, like sliding it up, and leaving the way that you're putting your fingers down, leaving it the same, because the A7 is only, like, you're not changing anything except putting the finger that was on the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret on the same string. So here we have a finger, 2 fingers down, and then you're keeping that E string muted, that's the A7. You have and 1 finger down on the D string and 1 finger down on the B string, leaving the A and the G, and then that thin E string open again. And that's A7. So we're shifting from A7 sus to A7. That's how I play it sometimes in the song, but sometimes you're just moving from E minor to A7, then you can just easily just put your 2 fingers down and then mute that top E string. D7, we're gonna have a finger on the 1st fret B string, finger on the 2nd fret thinnest E string, and a finger down on the G string 2nd fret, like this. So 1st fret, 2nd frets, 3 fingers down, and then you're gonna have your thumb mute the first 2, so the thickest E string and the A string. That's D7. G major 7 now. It's gonna be like this. Again, a little bit of a stretch, but you got it. So 3 fingers down on the fretboard, 1 on the 2nd fret A string, 1 on the 2nd fret thinnest E string, and 1 on the thickest E string 3rd fret. Everything else in between open, just 3 fingers down on the strings. That's G major 7. Okay, now that we have those down, we're gonna go through the intro. Thanks for bearing with me. So the intro is pretty simple. It's just G major, F sharp, M7, B minor 7, E minor, A7 sus4, A7, D7, and then back to G, and then just play G out twice. The strumming pattern for this intro, you can play with a 6-strum pattern. So down, 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 up, down, up. So that goes. With the G major, you do that twice. Down, 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 up. Let me just shift this a little bit more down. So it's, move it a little bit over here. Move myself. Cool. So it's G major, then F sharp minor 7, so down, 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 F sharp minor 7, down, 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 then B minor 7, down, 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 then E minor, down, 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 and then A7 sus, down, 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 D minor 7, D7, down, 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 and G major. That's the way the intro goes. So you can like experiment with the strumming pattern if you want, but that's the way that I heard it through the song. It's down, 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 up for each chord, and you're only repeating that same strumming pattern twice for the G major and the E minor. So then you get into the verse. In the verse, you can have the same exact strumming pattern if you want for the chords, and then again at the G's and the E minors, hold it, and then hold it once at the last D7 for this song. But you don't have to. I think it sounds best if you follow like what I'm going to be teaching you now. So that way it goes from 11 to a 5-strum pattern. So all of the ones, so like G major, E minor, and then D7 have an 11-strum pattern, and then the rest of the chords have a 5-strum pattern. And D7, I think, only has an 11-strum pattern at the last one, and then it, for the other sentences in the verse, except for the last one, it has a 5-strum pattern. So that 5-strum pattern is going to be again 3 down strums and then 1 up and then 1 down. So that's gonna sound like so that was F sharp minor 7, now B7, and now E minor. So that E minor was a different strumming pattern, but essentially that's how we're switching from the ones that have the 5 strum pattern. So like F sharp M7, B M7, A7 sus 5, A7, and then D7 except for the last D7 all have that 5 strum pattern. E minor has that 5 strum pattern only for the last 3 sentences of the verse 1. So like going through it, the first G major, we have that 11 strum pattern. You can also shorten it to 9 strums if you want. That just means that you don't do another down up. But it's however you want to play the song, however you're singing, like the tempo, how that's going. So I'll just show you guys how that's played. In the intro, we shift to like a little bit of a slower kind of speed. I wouldn't say slower, but it's the strumming is a little bit different. So it's holding out. So again, for G major, that is 11 strum pattern. So that's down, 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 up. And then if you want to just leave it at the first up, so that's just 9 strums, but it's the same pattern. You just don't do the extra down up because maybe you're singing a little bit faster and you want to get to that next another day. You can do that too, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's what I found out. So then we're going to, so after that one, holding out that 11 strum or the 9 strum, however you want to play that, we're going to another day. Again, that's 5 strums, that down, 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 up, down. E minor adds also the 11 strum pattern, the same one that we did for G major. So down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down, up. So with singing, I'll do another day has come, let you down. And then here at all of our yesterdays, goes from A7 sus to A7 to D7 and then G. And then we're holding G 2 to 3 times, however you want to like go through the song. So that's A7 sus 4 A7, and then the D7 all have that 5 strum pattern. And then for the G here, you can either do the 11 strum pattern or you can do the same 6 strum pattern that we did in the beginning of the intro. However is easiest for you to play the song. So I'll do both. So you keep holding that while you're singing tuning up too. So that was the 11 strum pattern, like twice. And then here's gonna be that 6 strum pattern where it goes. Yeah, you can do both. However you like, sounds best to you. So that's how you can play that part, whatever you think sounds best. I think I'm going to go with the 11 strum pattern. You can do that for the rest of the G majors, but I think you would start the first one, the first G major, with that 11 strum pattern. So hold it out. I think it sounds best like that. But you can keep that 6 strum pattern, like I said, for that G major. So then we go again that 5 strum pattern for F sharp minor 7, B minor 7, and then E minor, that 11 strum pattern. So it's gonna be looking for a shoulder to pop you up. Then we jump into the A7 sus, A7. Again, those have and D7 have the 5 strum pattern, and then G major, that 11 strum pattern, or repeat that 6 strum pattern twice, however you want to play that G major. So then you're all So yeah, that was me playing that 6 strum pattern again. Then we go to the next part. That's all So that was A minor to A7 to D7 and then to G major. So it's all yesterday I've gone, and then now. So that was that 11 strum pattern, or you can do. So that's the 6 strum pattern. So down, 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 up, down, up. Yeah, however you think sounds best to your ear. Also, I just want to say, like, when you're going through that 5 strum pattern for the other chords, you can, I would say it's not a strict 5 strum. I would say according to however is easiest for you to strum, just keep that same, like, strumming tempo, and if you, like, as you're switching, like, you know, you do an extra up strum. If you're, like, as you're switching and you find that maybe you're going a little bit too slow, however is easiest for you when you're strumming. So that's what I find that I do, you know, like, subconsciously. I might do, like, an extra strum in here as I'm switching, so just to keep me, like, in the same beat with as the tempo of the song. So, yeah, again, it's all, like, practice, all up to you, however you like to play that, but this is essentially how it's gonna go. So we do that E minor, A7, D7, then G. All of our series have gone now twice, and then we end with that E minor. All yesterday's gone. So you do that strumming pattern twice for D7, that 11 strum. Down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down. Twice for that last part. And then you keep the E minor and A7, that 5 to 6, however you want to switch in between. And so now we get to the chorus, right? And so the chorus, you're just going to have G major, E minor, and A7, and then only G major 7 at the last part. So like literally the last word, we're playing G major 7. So mostly just G major, E minor, and A7. So altogether just 4 chords. The strumming pattern for the chorus, the best way to play it is a little bit different. Here I think I like to play the G major. Same 5 strums, except we're just doing 4 down strums and just 1 up strum as we're switching. And then E minor is going to have that same 5 strum that we had, so down, 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 up, down strumming pattern that we had before, that 5 strum, and then if you want to go a little bit longer, then do an extra up strum, up to you, and then A7, and here the A7 is going to be not a 5 strum, it's going to be 11 strum, so that same 11 strum pattern that we had, that down, 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 up, down, up, and that's going to be that for the A7, and then we're going to keep that same strumming pattern for all the A7s, and then for the G major 7, we're going to have that 11 strum pattern again. And then I think we're only holding that 11 strum pattern once for the G major 7, and then switching right into D7. And there, the D7 is just that 5 strum again. And then we go into the verse, and we were playing it the same way as we did the last verse. Same strumming pattern, same chords. So for the chorus, let's go through it. So again, the G major is going to have that different 5 strum pattern, just 4 down strums and 1 up strum, and the E minor is going to have the same 5 strum pattern, and A7 is now going to have an 11 strum pattern, the same ones that we used for the G major and the E minor before. And then that G major 7 is going to have an 11 strum pattern, the same one that we're going to use for this A7. And so here we go, the chorus. And that don't mean your dream is over. So there, as soon as we like finish that last part away, we switch to the D7, and then we can hold that once. That 11 strum pattern, however you like to hear it by ear, but I think, yeah, and until we get to that verse 2, and it's holding on. For the such a shame to complain part, that G major 7, you're actually going to be doing that same 5 strum pattern that we did for the E minor. So the first 2 sentences, you're having that down, 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 up strum, and then here we can do that same down, 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 up, down strumming pattern for G major. So down, 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 up, down, and then E minor, down, down, down. I think that's the best way to play it. As you can tell when you're going through the song, the strumming pattern switches up quite a bit, and in essence I do this because I know that the pattern of this song is switching a little bit with all the other guitars around it. I think I like to not just match it to the acoustic background guitar, but to the rest of the what's going on in the song to make it sound like it's like what's happening. So that's how I play that. And then again A7, that 11th strum pattern, and then that 11th strum pattern for Gone Away, and then D7. We can hold that 11th strum pattern twice after G major 7, and that's how you play the chorus. And then so we're going into, so from D major 7, so there from D7 we're switching to G major, and then we're holding that 11th strum pattern like I just did, and then we're switching to an image. So it's the same way that we played the last verse here. So F sharp minor 7, B minor 7, E minor, that 5 or 6, however you're playing it, strum pattern, and then A7 sus, A7, D7 and G, and then repeat that chord progression for the 2 sentences twice as you're going through. So yeah, you're playing verse 2 exactly the same way as you played verse 1, and so I'm just going to go through that here. So it's going to sound like this. An image of a memory of a song. Now here we're doing that last A7 sus, A7, D7, G, and then we're going into that 3 E minor, A7, D7, G chord for the last. All of your yesterdays have gone now. So the first all of our yesterdays have gone now is just A7 sus, A7, D7 and G, and then the rest of the 3 are E minor, A7, D7 and G. You play the A7 sus, A7, D7, and E minor is with the same 5 strum pattern. You're just holding G major with that 11 strum pattern, or the 6 strum pattern twice, however you like to play it. So yeah, you hold that D7 twice, that 11 strum pattern there, and then you jump to the chorus. In the chorus, you're playing it the same exact way that we played the other chorus, and so that means you're gonna have that first 2 G majors, you're gonna have that down, 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 up 5 strum pattern, so 4 downs, and then at the Such a Shame to Complain, you're holding the same 5 strum pattern for G and E minor, that down, 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 up, down, and then the A7 and the G major 7. You're going to have the 11 strum pattern for both of them that we've been playing. And then you repeat it again. After that, then we're switching from the G major 7 straight away into the D7, and we hold that, I think, once, and then we're going into the same chorus. So we're repeating the chorus essentially twice. But in between that, we're like marrying the second part of the chorus, the one that we're repeating twice, with the D7, and then just repeating the same exact chords over again, and then ending with 1 down strum at D7 for the whole chorus and the whole song. So that goes like this, the same strumming patterns as we did before, and then only that the D7 we're holding that 11 strum pattern the first time we're doing it, so while we're going into the second part of the chorus, and then just once the D7 strum at the end of the song, the last word at the chorus. So then the chorus all together will go, and that don't mean your dream is over, and that don't mean your heart beats slower. Such a shame to complain when all of our yesterday's gone away, and that don't mean your dream last part, you can either hold that G major 7 for that full 11 strum pattern, have gone, or a 9 strum pattern, which means that you just don't do that extra down up. Instead, you're just doing down, down, down. But I think it sounds best if you just keep holding the 11 strum, but if you're like playing it a little bit faster, you can do that 9 strum and then the D7. Yeah, so, and that's how you play this song. Thank you so much for staying along with this video, and I hope it helped, and I hope you enjoyed, and it's such an awesome song, so I hope that you really get to play it with all the love that you want. Have a beautiful day, guys. Take care.